Welcome back, everyone, to Soda City Live. For Colon Cancer Awareness Month, we are looking at pelvic floor dysfunction. It is the inability to correctly relax and coordinate your body's pelvic area to go to the bathroom. So while it is not a fun subject to talk about, it is one that a lot of our viewers deal with, even if they've never had colon cancer. So Hema Dalla, an integrative health occupational therapist, can show some physical therapy exercises that she does on her patients. First of all, Hema, thanks for talking about this subject, because it isn't pleasant to talk about the pelvic floor.
Yes.
But you see a lot of patients come in who need help with it.
And as you and me know, colon cancer is a second leading cause for the death in all over the world. And we are celebrating Colon Cancer Month.
Right.
So it's a perfect topic to bring this up, that how this dysfunction affects the whole pelvic floor area. And definitely your rectal functions are diminished or completely impaired.
Right.
And as of occupational therapist and physical therapist, we help to get not just the strength back, but also retrain those muscles, that how to get regulated again.
Excellent. So there are 5 ways that you do this with the patients who come in. Let's go through the first one. If we can pull that video up. I just call this hips up. Tell us what you're doing with your patient here.
So yes, this is a cancer patient that we have, and she was she came with lots of pain, and pain can be a major side effect of the cancer. It can be chemotherapy, it can be surgery that they went through, or they have a mets. And so this exercise helps them get the strength, in the core strength of the pelvic floor muscles. So all the gluteal muscles as well as your abdominal muscles get strengthened, and you can help the patient, or patient can do it on their own, but you help them with the Kegel exercise.
Right, so her back is flat against something, and then she's tilting up the pelvis area, lifting the hips up, straight up in the air.
And the most important part that you don't see here is you hold those, your rectal muscles tight when you breathe in and hold it. That's the actual exercise that's helping them.
To hold that as well.
Yes.
All right, let's go to the next one, and that is, after hips up, we have legs up, and with this, you implement the use of a band.
Correct, because your hamstring, that's the back of the thigh muscle, that gets very stiff with this type of a problem, and then they start walking bent down. So if you want their strength up to clear the ground and walk properly, this exercise really helps them a lot.
Okay, and so obviously you would want to do it on both legs, but how long would you hold it for each leg?
So depends on their strength. Sometimes you hold it to a count of 10, so that's 10 seconds hold. Sometimes you can do it to a count of 30.
Okay.
So depends on their strength, and that's where the therapist role comes in.
Right.
How do you progress them? What is comfortable?
To get them to that next level. Let's go to another exercise that you do with people with these pelvic floor dysfunctions, and that is knee bends. And this is something our viewers actually could just stand up right there in their living rooms as they're watching us and do this. Tell us the significance of this.
There is a ball behind her that we don't see, but this is the abdominal strengthening exercise. It's complex exercise. It's building the strength in the knees. It gives them a flexibility. It gives them a stability. So the whole pelvic floor muscles have to contract and work, so you're making those gluteal muscles strong, so their rectal functions can be better.
Okay, and I want to point out again in that video, in addition to just doing the bending of the knee, she did have a ball behind her.
Correct.
And there again is she's having to hold this area tight.
Correct.
Let's go to the next one. This is, I just call it ride a bike. What's this patient getting out of this?
So this is a recumbent bike, and it's cardiovascular exercise. Again, one of the side effects of the colon cancer is that they have a generalized weakness, and you want to develop the strength overall. Cardiovascular exercises must. They can't go running and they can't go doing other exercises. This is the best exercise. Now, some patients may have difficulty sitting on the bike and moving the legs. Then we have a second exercise that's alternative to this exercise to get their cardiovascular strength up.
Let's call it arms pedal. So let's look at this next video, this another one to build up, and talk about the significance of this.
So in this exercise, they're not moving their legs, they're comfortable, the seat can move forward, backwards, whatever is that comfort zone, and this is called arm ergometer. So you can add the resistance, you don't add resistance, depends on their cardiovascular capacity. We usually take their blood pressure, we take their pulse to make sure that they're getting a right amount of exercise. What this also does with any type of a cancer, the oxygen that gets provided to the cellular system also helps with the healing of the cancer. So it's very good exercise.
Excellent. Hema Dalla, an integrative health occupational therapist, so helpful. All exercise we can do, whether we're like this patient or others, so significant for our body's health.
And yoga and meditation is another good way to support yourself while you're going through cancer.
Absolutely. Thank you, Hema,
Thank
as
you.
always. Appreciate you. More Soda City Live right after this.